Hello and welcome to another video. In this one, we're going to be talking about zips and how you can actually just import directly from them in Python if they are on the Python path. I'm also going to talk about a few examples of this and why we do this at work. But anyway, let's jump into it. All right, so this is very closely related to zip apps, which I've covered in another video. Just to kind of go over that again, if we pull down this special virtualenv.pyz file, if we look at it, you'll see that it is a zip archive, and we can run this as if it is, virtualenv itself. And we're going to be doing something very similar to that today. Except instead of using a pyz file, we are just going to make a normal zip of any sort of Python source. So let's say we make a directory and we touch t.py, and we make a function which prints hello world. I don't know, very, very silly example. And if we come over here and do zip I think it's t.zip t. Did I name the directory y? Oh, I did that wrong. We have to be inside y to do that. All right, so if we do zip t.zip dot star, I don't know how to make a zip. Unzip -l t.zip. Yeah, there we go. We have one Python file there. So now if I'm in this directory and if I were to do python3-c import t, you'll see that we cannot import t. But if we put that zip file on Python path equals t.zip, you'll see I'm able to import it and call functions from it. So you can see we can get our hello world there. Now that might not seem all that useful out of the box, but one useful thing that you can do with this is use Python wheels, which I covered wheels in a previous video. I'll link those. Python wheels are just zip files. So if you are able to have a Python wheel, let's say pip download ast pretty. We'll also download pip so I can show you a cool thing with pip as well. So we have two wheel files here, which are just zips. If we do file ast pretty, you'll see that it is zip archive data. So we can do what we did before and just put that wheel onto sys.path, and then you can just run the Python 3. You can just run the modules that are inside of it. So I'm able to run ast pretty directly without having it installed, just by putting this wheel directly on the Python path. Now, a lot of packages don't work this way. Like, they will have special code that either deals with double under file or reads from disk inside their package hierarchy. But if they use things like import lib resources, they can, this will work fine. But yeah, here's like kind of a neat little thing that you can do. You could also chain the wheels that you have here. So if you have something that has other dependencies, I specifically picked ast pretty because it doesn't have dependencies. But what's something that I've written that has dependencies? Like, PyUpgrade is an example. So PyUpgrade is going to download tokenize RT and PyUpgrade. And if we put both of those on the path, Python path equals PyUpgrade, and then this, and then Python-m PyUpgrade. 3. I keep making that mistake. There we go. So you can see that I'm able to put both of these wheels onto the path, separating them with a colon. I believe on Windows you'll separate them with a semicolon. But yeah, you're able to just run things like this, and you can even use pip. So if we saw, I downloaded a pip wheel here, Python 3-m pip install, I don't know, something. Recommit, and let's say we want to install it into a directory called t. Oh, I already had a directory called t. Well, we're getting a new directory called t. Error, pip's dependency resolver does not currently take into account all of the packages that are installed. This behavior is the source of the following dependency conflicts. What? Okay, well, seems like it still worked despite this warning. Oh, it's complaining about the system packages, right? But you can see here that we were able to install all of those different packages directly into this target directory without having pip installed. So if we just run python 3-m pip, you'll see that I don't have pip at all. So I was able to use it from a wheel. And one other use case that I use this for at work is we run Python through Bazel. And Bazel does really poorly with thousands of files per target. So one of our targets is the Python interpreter itself, and so it has the entire standard library, all those shared modules, and all the other junk that comes along with CPython. And so what we've done at work is we've zipped up the standard library into just one file, which Basil is much happier about, and that saves a whole bunch of graph traversal while resolving targets. But anyway, this is zips and how you can make them importable in Python, as well as some kind of neat uses that you can use them for to run zip files directly or run wheels directly. Hopefully you found this interesting. If there are additional things you would like me to explain, leave a comment below or reach out to me on the various platforms. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.